Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. For years we've tried to answer a question. Has the Trangia finally met its match? I've had a lot of videos trying to prove that and it's never met its match. Now coaches will often tell you the only person that can beat you is yourself. So has the Trangia finally been beaten by itself? Now many of you probably already know this, but there are actually two types of Trangia spirit burners out there. There's the traditional commercial spirit burner that we've used many times here on the channel, and a military-only version made for the Swedish military. Now between 1964 and 1976, Trangia made a spirit burner specifically for the Swedish Army. They wanted something a little bit different that met different requirements, and they produced it for them. You can still get these pretty readily on eBay, whether it be a part of a Swedish military mess kit like I got mine, or you can just buy the actual stove itself at times on its own. There's also a very similar, basically copy of this made by the company Trangia. Either one will work just fine. Now for our boil testing, we're going to use the same fuel we always use, which is heat from the yellow bottle. We're going to use 1 ounce in each of these stoves. Now we need to find a pot stand that will fit the military. The traditional civilian one is a little bit smaller and it will fit in many different stove stands out there. It's designed to fit in many, but we need to use something that will fit both of these stoves. I have this stainless steel triangular pot stand that I think will work well. I'm going to pull it out and check it out. If not, then we'll just use the stove stand that comes with the Swedish military mess kit. We'll see how long it takes to get 2 cups of water to a boil. We'll also see how long that 1 ounce of fuel lasts. Does one of them last longer than the other? Now they both claim the same number of BTUs, so there shouldn't be a huge difference between the two. So theoretically they should be very similar. So here are the two burners side by side. We'll start with our civilian Trangia, the one that most of you are probably more familiar with. Dimensions are 2.85 by 1.75 and it weighs 4 ounces, made out of brass. Fuel capacity is just over 2 ounces. Comes of course with the simmer ring that you can open and the O-ring on the top. You can see the bottom is stamped with the Trangia T. Most of you are very familiar with this stove. The military version is definitely a little bit different. Dimensions are 3.5 by 2 and the weight is 7 ounces, so almost double the weight. It is made out of brass as well with a fuel capacity of 4 ounces. Comes with a screw-on lid only, okay? The screw-on lid has like a little positive stop there and then you lift it up. Also has an O-ring. This one is a little worse for wear. I'm trying to source a new one. I actually have 2 of these Trangias. Military, I'm trying to source new O-rings for both. If any of you guys know where I can find one, let me know. On the bottom, it's marked, as you can see right there, with the 3 crowns and Trangia. The company Trangia also makes one very similar to this, like I said, but that's what it's marked on the bottom. Let's light them both up and you guys can see the flame patterns of each. All right, we'll put just a little bit of fuel in each, just enough to let them prime up. There we go. Let's see how quickly they do prime up. It is a little chilly in here, so it might take a little bit longer. There is the civilian. Not surprising that the military would take a little bit longer just because of the increased volume. It's trying. And there we go. All right, there we go, guys. Sorry about that. I set the focus. I've always had a problem with that one jet on this military. They do definitely look a little bit different. Oh, Lordy. Come on. Come on, focus. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'll stay out of the way. You can see the difference. I do believe that the Trangia commercial has a little bit stronger flame. Even though they're both rated at the same number of BTUs, to me, there's no doubt that the commercial seems to be a little bit stronger. I hope the focus is hanging in there for you guys. The commercial seems to be a little bit stronger. So that's the 2 flame patterns. Now let's boil 2 cups of water with each, and we're going to see how long they burn for. Okay, we're going to call that off right there. 12:03 is what I had, so 12:03. So to review, the civilian boiled in 8 minutes 12 seconds, where the military took 9 minutes and 2 seconds, but the civilian burned for 10 minutes 8 seconds on 1 ounce of fuel. The military burned for 12 minutes 3 seconds. So the civilian seems to burn a little faster, a little hotter, and therefore runs through the fuel just a little bit faster. So there you go, a head-to-head between these two stoves. Now, what would make you choose one over the other? Let's talk a little bit of positives of each of them. We'll start with the civilian stove. Obviously, it has a simmer ring, which is a very good thing to have if you don't want to just use the stove on wide open all the time. It also fits most of the products out there, or any products that are designed to fit the Trangia. There are no products designed to fit the military version because it's harder to get and they don't make it anymore. So it's a limitation. It's bigger and it's harder to fit inside some of these things that we normally use as pot stands for the Trangia. It's lighter weight and it is cheaper, and of course it's going to be easier to find because it's still mass produced. The military stove does have its benefits, though. It is larger, so it's a larger volume. If you want to carry more fuel inside of your stove and not have to carry extra, 4 ounces will last quite a while. It is also designed to function specifically with the very popular Swedish military mess kit. Now, you can use the commercial one as well. It fits in there, but it is designed specifically to use with this kit. There are a lot of designs out there online as far as trying to make a simmer ring for your military Trangia. I might give it a whirl at some point, try to make a DIY simmer ring for this military Trangia. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Let me know down below. Does the commercial simmer ring work on the military? The way I see it, there really is no real reason to choose the military over the commercial unless you really just want that larger volume. That's the only thing I could see as a positive. 4 ounces versus 2 ounces, that's quite a big difference. So if you're using your stove for applications where you really need a long burn, something for hours, let's say, the military is probably better. Otherwise, I would stick to the commercial. It's cheaper, easier to get replacement parts for, and easier to fit inside pretty much everything that they make for the Trangia these days. Basically, the lack of a simmer ring and the increased weight make the civilian version the obvious choice, in my opinion. You guys can argue down below in the comments. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you think my conclusion is correct? As I said, leave it down in the comments. Be nice to everybody. Everybody is deserving of their own opinion as long as we are civil to each other. Do me a big favor, guys. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up down below. It really does help spread things across YouTube and makes my channel grow, which is very exciting for me. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscription button. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos, hit that notification bell. You will be the first to know. Stoves are something we do all the time here. I'm always looking for new stoves to try out. I've got quite a few videos coming out over time on some awesome new stoves. I'm here in Arkansas filming a lot of videos and having a lot of fun. And I've got a lot of stoves. A lot of things other than stoves in place as well, but plenty of stoves as well. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.